All right. Well, normally, this is a segment where I try to lighten the mood, and especially tonight would be probably a great time for that. But, it's kind of a serious show, so we're going to keep it in that vein. Because normally I'll find a subject, point out how stupid it is, and then we can all chuckle like men. Ha, 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 at how stupid the things that I find. Unfortunately, this edition of What Even Is That is not one of those. Sorry. I just have to break that to you. I guess it's because how crazy this particular story is. And if this guy, who I'm going to reference you to, wasn't such a serious person, then we could dismiss the sinister nature of it, but we can't. And I'm talking about this tweet by this guy named Robert Reich. You probably never heard of him, but he's been around for a while. He's a Swamp Creatures, former Secretary of Labor under Bill Clinton, and a member of the President Barack Obama's Economic Transition Advisory Board. And 3 days ago, on October 17th, he wrote this. When this nightmare is over, we need a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. It would erase Trump's lies, comfort those who have been harmed by his hatefulness, and name every official, politician, executive, and media mogul whose greed and cowardice enabled this catastrophe. Hey, why don't we just call it, I don't know, the Ministry of Truth, Mr. O'Brien? I mean, what is this nut job talking about? This is the former Secretary of Labor of our federal government. Basically, what he's pitching here is an internment camp where people who supported President Trump will then go to be reprogrammed. Okay? I mean, these are his words. Yeah. How else do you erase something? I mean, what even is that? Haven't we seen these movies before? And now these crackpots are actively and openly advocating for it? Anyone, and I mean anyone, who's liked this tweet and thinks this is a good idea, guess what? You're the problem. You're the one that's been programmed, and you need a complete reboot. You believe the government, the deep state media, the celebrity class, the social media, you think they're the cool ones? They're part of the resistance? Like I've said, we've seen these movies before, and it's always the ones who look like this who end up fighting against the ones in control who look like this. Look, do yourself a favor. Grab some time. Go watch movies like Equilibrium. V for Vendetta is a great one. Also, of course, 1984. And then tell me again how I must be crazy and you don't want me to be this serious.
But TV, be more funny.
I wish I could, Homer, but I can't because this is not funny. And it's crazy because I can't believe people think like this, but they do. And this is the Orwellian nightmare we've all been warned of. But so many of you, or more likely, people that you know, are gleefully skipping to submission and potentially to their own demise. The people who think this way are the ones who think, oh, well, this won't happen to me. Yeah, think again. I mean, what makes you think that? What makes you think you're so special? You really think they're going to leave you alone so you can be in charge of your life?
Do you feel in charge?
Yeah, because if that's your mind, and if you just give in, you think, oh, they'll just leave me alone. Think again. They'll always come for you. And this is why the Second Amendment was written. It was put there for when the First Amendment is no longer being honored or respected by those we elected. And when those in their ranks are actively pushing for your detention and reprogramming simply because you supported someone they didn't approve of, then it's off the camp with you.
This one time at band camp?
Yeah, band camp is one thing, but being dragged to band camp is something altogether different. Look, if you think electing Joe Biden or anyone from the left is the answer to all our problems, then you haven't been paying attention. It's people like this on both sides of the aisle that are the real problem. They believe they know best and will impose that on you and your family. And by the looks of it, it looks like half the country. The way they believe you're supposed to live and think, as opposed to you deciding how you want to live, what you want to think, and who you want to support. And no matter how much they try to convince you, Winston, 2 + 2 will never equal 5.